Find out more at cracct.org.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Well, some banks offer checking account rewards, and some banks rebate ATM withdrawal fees. At Eastern, we say, why choose? Check out our Kasasa checking accounts and find out how you can get both. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com, call us at 860-889-7381, or stop by any of our branch locations today. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank with offices in Norwich, Jewett City, and Plainfield. Member FDIC. Do you, Kasasa?
Don't just wish for a winning deal. Make it Dish. It will make it real. Don't just wish. Make it Dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Don't just wish. Make it Dish.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Don't change anything. I love your show just the way it is.
Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning. And 80s all day and night. Your community radio.
SNSN.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Like they always say things that aren't stupid usually. And then they are stupid, it's funny.
Well, there's nothing funny about today.
No, it's raining. I know that's not where you're going.
No, it's okay. Nothing funny about today so far. Gas prices, referendums, lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
Food prices.
Food prices.
Yeah. Inflation.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Yep. And it's going to get even
crazier.
Yeah. Even the weather sucks.
You don't like the weather?
It sucks. Look at it.
Why?
What's it doing outside?
It's raining.
You got it.
So don't you think? I mean, my garden definitely needs the.
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't be Jewett City unless.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Here it comes.
Oh, where's it going?
Going that way.
Oh, it's going that way.
Well,
it's on its way.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Wouldn't be Jewett City unless right up as soon as we go on the air.
Yeah, I think they do it on purpose.
Maybe they do. Maybe because their show's dying.
Yeah, looking for attention.
Oh, geez. Paul's got the weather.
I do. Guess what? 66 degrees outside. Should be, one of these scattered showers or thunderstorms around this morning. Yeah, it's going to clear up a little bit. Highs somewhere around 81 degrees. But tonight, cloudy skies will give way to rain overnight. Lows will be somewhere around 61 degrees. And of course, for your Thursday, it's going to be showers, followed by a few thunderstorms. Highs will be somewhere around 74 degrees. We haven't had any really good thunderstorms in a while.
Well, it really hasn't been
humid enough to
thunderstorm season yet, but
but
it's getting there.
It's getting there, yeah. And of course, on Thursday night, most of clear skies, lows around 54 degrees. And that's your weather from SNSN on this Wednesday, 06/08/2022.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning, Shayna. She's the illest.
Yeah.
That's her name, the illest.
Oh.
That would be the illest.
Illest, huh?
Okay. She says good morning. And
good morning.
she said everything is shrinking. And all I can say is, well, that comes with age.
Yeah, I can't get my stomach to shrink. I wish I could. Yeah.
So how do you feel about $6 a gallon for gas?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm kind of fortunate that I don't have to drive long distances.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have noticed my gas bill for the month is going up from, it used to be like $75. Now it's up over 200.
Yeah.
Because of the price of gas. Not that I go anywhere, but I just think of the people that have to get up and drive to Hartford. If I had to drive to Hartford every day, it would kill me.
Yeah.
And,
But here's the thing too that we're I think maybe we forgot.
What's that?
Is that we're still in the middle of a 25 cents per gallon price cut from
Yeah.
the tax.
Yeah.
In the state of Connecticut.
Yeah.
It's,
which was thrown out the window. We got, it's a good thing because if we had 25% on top of what we got, that would even make it worse.
Well, that went down, and it seemed like that gave the okay to just jack prices right back up again.
And you kind of wonder,
and it did.
They still blaming it on Putin. That's what they're blaming it on. But I heard what I had heard was they can't get the permits. A lot of oil companies are afraid because of the restrictions they're putting on them as far as drilling for oil. So they're backing off. The one thing that I did hear from the state of Connecticut is what they're pushing, another tax relief, and that would be a 40-cent tax reduction on diesel.
Okay.
The people in Hartford are pushing for that. It's not, it's one of those things like they did with the gas tax. But I heard it's like 40 cents, which would relieve the tax on diesel fuel for the truckers, which would be good. But I think the Republicans are pushing for that.
That's one of the big reasons why everything, especially retail items, food, things you get at the store are way up because of
taxes.
Well, the diesel prices, because the trucks are what bring the product to the stores, and if they're going to be paying substantially more to transport those goods,
we've got billions of dollars in revenues just stored in our rainy day fund, so why not cut it for a while? The other thing I heard they were thinking about cutting was the tax they put on food. The state, how the state added that tax to a lot of the simple food stuff that we used to, they're thinking about taking that off too. But again, it's a proposal. There's nothing cast in stone yet, but they're looking for tax relief. So they're trying to, we'll see if the state of Connecticut reacts. My guess, they might, because it's an election year.
True.
Yeah. So
the only thing that I've been able to read, well, first of all, gas has gone up about 65 cents in the last month alone. As an average.
It's the gas is up like 103 or 105% since Biden's taken office. That's how much gas is going up.
And of course, they're are they blaming Putin, or are they blaming the sanctions on Russia?
No, they're still blaming the war in Ukraine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So experts are now saying that that we're going to see $6 a gallon this summer, and they feel that they will drop sometime in the fall as OPEC, they expect their output to be greater.
Well, he's not very friendly with the Arabs. No.
Come on, man, do the thing.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Is he friendly with anybody?
I'll believe it when I see it.
So there's a website if you want to know or want to track gas prices, within the state, well, really anywhere in the country. It's called gasbuddy.com. You can go to this website and it'll give you, the lowest prices of gas, where they are, within the state or in the geographical area that you're in.
Yep.
So right now, the lowest price for gas in the state is in Bridgeport.
Which is surprising.
Bridgeport East, by the way.
Wow.
East side. The Boston Post Road Shell, they're down to $4.49.
That is cheap.
Yeah.
Because it was, when I got gas a couple of days ago, I think it was like $4.79. I don't know if it's up now.
But a lot of these that are less expensive are clubs like BJ's, Sam's Club.
Oh yeah.
These are clubs that if you shop or
you get the points and take just like Stop and Shop.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So, but the non-club price would be Shell in Bridgeport or Shell in Waterbury,
Mm-hmm.
$449 and $459 respectively.
That's you think it's high, but right now it's reasonable.
It's high, but it's not reasonable. That's crazy.
I know.
That is just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's always at a time when people want to go and enjoy the summer and go on vacation someplace, and
this is probably the perfect time to make sure your car's optimized.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but even getting your car into a garage now to get it fixed is not easy, because what's happening is a lot of the garages and some of your big dealerships, they're not selling cars.
They're fixing them.
A lot of people are going in and getting their cars fixed, including not just simple stuff. They're having engines replaced and transmissions replaced, which are things that you probably wouldn't do. You'd buy a new car.
Right.
But people, that's what happens. And you can't and the problem is you can't get an appointment. And then, and then the other thing comes down to you can't get the parts. Because, there's no parts. So you can't get them. So
I don't know if that's true. I mean, maybe on some things, but I think, well, for example, like Melissa's daughter, wanted to get in for an oil change. Boom, 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 she got in.
Yeah, that's different. Oil change is something. I'm talking about a major fix. That's what I'm talking about. Suppose you go in and your transmission is shot. Getting in there is not going to be easy because that's, then they got to get the part. They got to get this. I mean, you're going to go to a different type of dealership, you're not going to go to a simple place that sells just oil changes. You got to go to a garage that actually does mechanical work. So, and you got to get an appointment. Sometimes you can't get in right away. So meanwhile, if you're a single car or your transmission's out, guess what? You got to rent one or take the bus. So, but that's what I'm just saying, that it's sometimes it's difficult to get an appointment now because of the number of cars that are being repaired and getting the parts. That's what I'm saying.
Diesel is insane.
Yeah.
Victoria says, I started getting my hay delivered because the delivery charge is cheaper than the diesel for our truck.
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I think the diesel prices are up even higher than the gas prices. I think they're up like 110 or 115% since Biden took office.
Yeah. Speaking of Mr. Biden, Court Kinney says, good morning, Court, by the way. And I want to see your 8-track machine, by the way, as you put up on Keyboard Warriorville last night. Court says our current president promised in his campaign that he would phase out internal combustion-driven vehicles by 2025 in total disregard for the difficulties it places on the working class. He does not work for the American people.
No, it doesn't.
Diesel yesterday, $6.58.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
ridiculous.
It's insane.
And, they're ignoring it. What are they doing? What is the federal government doing? Absolutely nothing. Yeah.
All right. So I just sent a message over
to Biden.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. To one of our great supporters here, Advanced Automotive, Bill Preslocki.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, are you guys having trouble getting parts for customers? He says a little bit for cars. But the power sports business is crazy.
Power support.
No.
Not sure what
power sports.
Oh, power sports. Oh, okay.
So I don't know what he means by that, but I'm going to ask him.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not kidding you. I want to get a little scooter.
Yeah. 50 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm going to hop on down to the store or something like that, put a little basket, get myself a gallon of milk, some eggs.
Get an electric bike.
Well, they want everything to go electric anyway, right?
Yeah, get an electric bike. Yeah. That wouldn't be bad.
Let's see. Victoria says Biden's new press secretary says that it isn't Biden's fault.
Of course not.
Well, of course. How do you think he got the job?
Yeah.
Brown noser.
You know, we have to remember what's going on. And we need to vote these people out when the time comes. That's all there is to it. We have to remember that, no matter who it is.
Laura says boat parts are nearly impossible to get. Outboard motors are back ordered 18 to 24 months.
Yeah. How can you even afford to use your boat? I mean, let's go back to a year and a half, 2 years ago. What were people buying because they couldn't really travel and be together in groups? They were buying RTVs, right? Probably buying boats so they could be together as a family without interacting with other people.
Yep.
They could be outside. And they bought all these things. Come now we have the gas situation. In diesel situation.
Park it.
How are you going to use an RTV? Park it in the yard? Go camping in the yard? Either that or just drive it to a campground and leave it.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, any other thing with the boat, put it in water in the marina and leave it and just sleep on the boat like a cabin.
Well, the press secretary says, because I referred to as the new press secretary as a him and it's a she. That's how much I care.
Yeah, I feel sorry. I feel sorry for the people that bought those things. You can't really use them.
Hey, good morning, Melissa Cassidy. Welcome on in. She comments on Court's comment. She said, yep, he told voters straight up what his plans were. Biden. He didn't lie. He didn't hide it.
Yeah, but I don't think he
laughing emoji.
Yeah, I don't think he really thought about the impacts. I don't trust anything the guy says because I don't think he remembers. I think he really has. I don't think he can remember what he said last week. Unfortunately, but
I can't.
But I don't understand where are our representatives? Why aren't they speaking up? People in my state are hurting. You know what I'm saying? Murphy and Blumenthal. Why aren't they saying to the freaking Senate and in Washington saying, look, my people are hurting. We got to do something. We got to do something. We got to reduce costs. Inflation's killing them. Why aren't we doing something? No.
I'm buying a scooter.
They ain't doing it. They don't give a crap.
Imagine me on a scooter. Big fat dude on a little.
Yeah, I mean, get it with a white seat. You can get it with a white seat.
No, there goes Mike. Do those shocks work?
She's gonna have a sign on the back. Caution, wide load.
All right, you're done now. I am not even going to hold back on this next conversation, Paul. You want to go there? Not a problem. It's like I told somebody on Grizzled Now last night. I said, okay, tell me why I'm wrong. He couldn't. Yeah, I thought so. Some guy goes on Grizzled Now. He goes, well, Mike, you're wrong as usual. I'm like, okay, why am I wrong? And then he goes off and spews off everything that is wrong with this town in his opinion. I said, okay, great. So where was I wrong? Still didn't tell me why he thought I was wrong.
Oh boy.
Schmuck. It's like, all right, I have no problem with debate. I really don't. If I am absolutely wrong, tell me why I'm wrong. And if you prove it, okay, fine. I will say, you know what, you're right. I don't have a problem with that. You know, I'm not the guy that sits here and goes, I'm right, you're wrong. That's not me.
No.
Because I want to learn just like everybody else, you know, and I may have a thought process which is skewed, you know, and if you hear from other people this, you know, differently, chances are you're not right.
Yeah.
But tell me why. Don't just sit there and
tell me
get up
why.
and yeah. It's a Backstreet Boys song. You know, don't get on your soapbox and just sit there and go, well, this is why. Why is it my fault?
Yeah.
And I lead the league, by the way, for getting posts deleted on Grizzled Down.
Really?
Oh yeah, they were
good for you.
Because Because I just let it rip. I don't care.
Oh boy.
Victoria says even at the state level, we could do something about. But the king is too busy tooting his own horn. All he's done for the state.
Well,
and you want to know something? He's going to win again.
Unfortunately, I think you're right.
I'm not saying what I want or what I don't want. I'm just saying he's going to win again.
All depends. All depends how long, how much the big red wave happens.
Huh?
Well, I think I had heard. I think he's up by 4 or 5 points in the last poll. I thought I saw. He's up ahead of Stefanowski.
Stefanowski. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Scott, very good point. This is a very, very good point. Voting no on a budget just because you're mad at other budgets in the past, stupidity knows no bounds.
Yeah.
So, which brings me to the meat of our conversation today. Yesterday, we had a referendum in the town of Griswold.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably one of the lowest turnouts voter-wise ever.
Yeah, it wasn't very many.
Just over 400 votes.
Out of 4,000.
Huh?
Out of 4,000.
4,400.
I'm saying, but I thought there were 4,000 voters.
No. Registered voters, I believe it's 8 to 9,000.
8 to 9. Oh, okay.
In the town. Registered voters.
Okay.
I was given. I was told what the exact number was before by Jennifer Gauthier, who's the registrar of voters.
Mm-hmm.
She's very, very forthcoming with information.
Yeah, which is good.
But it's like between 8 and 9,000.
Yeah.
408, 409.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's like 5%.
But then, and usually it's the people, this is my opinion, the people that don't vote are the first one to complain.
Yeah.
You know, there was somebody I saw last night. I've voted against the budget every year I've been here. And it's, this is why people are leaving. Well, first of all, people aren't leaving. I don't know what book you're reading, but people are not leaving town. They're coming to town.
Well, it's cheaper to live here.
There you go. You can go to Norwich. Boy, Norwich, we all know taxes, what they are. What's the mill rate there? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's up there.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, this person said, oh, we don't have a police force. We don't have that. Sure. If we want our mill rate to be 46, sure, we could do that too.
Yeah.
But we don't.
No.
We haven't.
Yeah.
So, you got to take the good with the bad, right?
Yeah.
Court says if you can't manipulate society with propaganda and a pandemic, then do it through economics or use all three. Let's not forget that diesel produces all of our food and delivers all of our goods.
Sure is. It's one thing after another.
Yep. Victoria says they got 78 voters out of 2,700 registered voters. Ooh, that's about. It's a little more than that's about 6%. Would that be?
Yeah, it's not a lot.
No, it's not. Griswold rocked to 5.2%.
I don't know. You kind of wonder is everybody that is just sick of government? Are they sick of anything to do with any kind of government and they're saying, screw that, I ain't doing anything, or don't pay attention to it? I don't know. People don't pay attention to the news anymore. They're just sick about hearing it. I mean, are they sick of, would that be a reason behind, or was it nothing that stood out that would make them want to vote? Or
is it just apathy?
I don't know. There's some reason why people didn't turn out.
Nah, it's not going to affect me. I don't care. I'm going to stay home.
That's
what do you have for dinner?
Well, unfortunately,
referendum? No.
That's the kind of attitude that got us in the position we are. Think about it. If people didn't care about federal elections and they keep voting the same old people and they let somebody else do it, well, guess what? The same old people are going to keep getting in because nobody wants to make a change.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like with anything. Nobody wants to do anything. You know, you talk about wanting to do all this stuff in town. Yeah, it's a great idea, but you can't do it alone. Try to get somebody to help you. Nobody's going to step up to the plate. Not at all. You do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it yourself. We all know that. You know,
Yeah.
you had some pretty good ideas. Let's do this. Yeah. But without help, guess what? Ain't going anywhere. Yeah.
What kind of help you looking for?
Yeah. Well,
What do you mean help?
well, you've had some ideas you wanted to do some certain things in town, but you can't do
We
it.
all do, yeah.
You can't do it you can't do it by yourself. You need to have other people around you that'll support you and help you with getting your idea across. Well, let somebody else do it. And same thing with voting, same thing.
Well, I
with
think
this.
you're right there when you say let somebody else do it.
That's the way people are today.
I think we lack initiative.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. This is nothing personal, folks, but I think as a town we do. I think we, as a majority, we lack initiative in what we want to do or what our goals are. And instead, you know what we do? We blame it on referendums. We blame it on whoever's in office at the time. And the bottom line is or put it this way, we have a board of selectmen of 3. They don't make decisions. They send it to referendum where the town votes. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah,
you and I are on board, so we know how the system works.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain things that they need to have the town make the decision. I mean, they do make decisions.
Right. They make the decision whether or not to send it to referendum or not.
Yeah, but everything doesn't go to referendum.
No.
I won't say they don't make decisions because they do on certain items. But when it comes to budgets and certain other things, they do have to ask the town. And
you can push anything to referendum you want with signatures.
Oh yeah.
On a petition.
Yeah.
So, for anybody that, and I hate to say this, but for anybody to sit there and go, okay, well, it's our selectmen, either 1, 2, or 3. It's not. It's not, because there were 2 budgets that were presented.
Mm-hmm.
There was the school budget,
Yep.
and there was, of course, the town budget.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
If you didn't like it, and you sat home and didn't vote, well, I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to say. I mean, you really can't complain because you didn't do anything to change it. There's one dude that was on social media last night was saying blah blah blah. I said, "When's the last time you've been to a meeting?" I said, "Yeah, I thought so."
Yeah.
We can we'd all sit there and type, but if we don't do anything about it, right? And I keep going back over and over again to Pam Padalato and what she did with Keep Grizzle Quiet and how she led that coalition, against keeping the gun range out of the town of Grizzle. Like it or lump it, she did it. And that is just a small piece of what can happen when people come together. If we don't come together, then nothing's going to change, nothing at all. And then Scott just says it, boom, happy with the status quo. And that's what it is. I mean, we're comfortable until we're not.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's residents who can't sit here and go, the gas price, and just sit there and watch them go up and stuff. But there are things that we can control. But we have to get together on these things.
If it's going to affect you, then people are going to come out. And that's exactly what happened with Pam. Not taken away from what she did, but people were going to
like it or lump it.
I know, people were very
it.
upset with what was going to happen with the gun range. There was an idiot.
It's my scooter.
Yeah. About being in her backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Look what happened with the ordinance with the gun control thing. They wanted to prevent any people came out in droves for that one. Because if it comes down to impacting you, you're going to react and do something about it. But if it doesn't, you could care less.
So like this little show that we do in the morning, right?
Yeah.
I think everybody thinks that this is all my personal opinion. Is it?
No.
You tell me. No, it is not my personal opinion. What it is to get you guys talking to see what your opinions are, because you are the guys and ladies that make things happen. You guys, the residents of whatever town you're in.
Yep.
You're the ones that make things happen. This show's not. Posted on Grizzled Now's not. It's getting it done. But if you don't, then call the ambulance, because that's all you got.
Yeah. I mean, I think if there was a big controversy with the budget numbers, if something wasn't going to be, or somebody was taking money away from something or some major thing, you would have had a lot more turnout. But
So
they were kind of like, it was really not.
Okay. I knew someone was going to say it. And it was said by somebody that I think the world of and I adore.
Uh-oh.
But I don't agree with her at all.
Okay.
Here we go. Betty, I'm going to start off by saying I love you. I do. I think you're wonderful. Betty Knox.
Okay.
Because I think the problem was that the referendum wasn't publicized enough. Many of us aren't on social media to get news, and a lot of people, in my opinion, she says, don't bother to vote anymore because we've not seen much, if any, positive change in how many years. Where's our promised businesses / growth? So, trying to see how I could first of all, do you have any comment on that? Yeah, let me leave it up.
Well, I think when it comes to growth, I think when we try to bring businesses in, there's a lot of people that are very negative about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I use the data centers as an example.
It's a perfect example.
Okay. Now, these were, I know there's been a lot of issues with the data center, but not thinking of what the income was. What was the major concern about the data center?
Noise.
They didn't give a crap that the town was going to make millions of dollars. It was noise. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of the same thing over at American Industries. I mean, they put berms up and whatever.
Yeah.
What about the noise?
Yeah. So, yeah, let's bring them in, but noise. Lose millions of dollars. There's a way to stop noise.
And then you did some research.
I did some researches with the places that had data centers out west. Noise wasn't a factor at all.
Yeah.
You know, and these were some of the ones, I guess, were not in somebody's backyard. They're way out. They're on a main street, but they're big enough to be away from a house being right next door. You know, maybe when the generator starts up in the morning, it'll make a little noise, but you can work around that kind of stuff. But that was a big thing, noise. They didn't care about the money coming in, and we all knew it was millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm. Just in just the permits alone,
millions of dollars coming in, but noise. So there you go.
Yeah, let's not do this.
Yeah.
So you're right. You're absolutely right.
So no matter what comes in, people are going to bitch.
Yeah. I still think we should put that the chicken manure.
I think we should start that chicken manure thing again.
That might happen. It should happen.
Now that's a way to get a lot of crap.
So, all right, here's the question. Here's the statement. Was not publicized enough.
Mm-hmm.
I feverishly don't agree with that. I do not agree with it at all. And this is the part I don't agree with, Betty. You're right. Not everybody's on social media. You're absolutely right. However, you don't need to be on social media to be able to get this information. The problem is that, and I'm telling you, you see it everywhere. They're on their device and they're scrolling. They're not looking for anything. They're looking for things to find them. They're waiting for information to find them. When that happens, you're not going to find what you need. If you are waiting, and Paul, how many times have I said this? If you are waiting for it to come through any of your social media feeds, on your news feed, you are going to be just not informed.
Yeah, it's
not informed.
No.
You're just not. No. And then you're going to turn around and blame it that it wasn't there when it was there the whole time. You just didn't look. It cracks me up. What's the price of oil today? Google oil prices. That's all you got to do. Google it. You don't need social media to do that. So-and-so oil company, what's your price today? And it's not Griswold. Scott, you're absolutely right. It's everywhere. Yeah. It's everywhere.
Did the finance board?
We're just piece of it.
Do you know if the finance board? I never found it. Summarized on a summary page what the budget was. Both budgets. Do you know if they did that?
I don't know, and I remember telling you that I was a little confused by it by myself. When they
because
put the whole thing up, and I'm like, I can't read this.
I know, unless you're really into using budgets and looking at.
You know who does a good job?
Who's that?
The Board of Education. Yeah. You can see where everything is.
Yeah. So
every year.
I mean, if those summary pages were published where people could see them,
they were.
I mean, not summary pages. I'm talking.
Yeah, no, the summary pages.
There were summary pages
on
both budgets.
Well, I don't know about the town. No, I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
And I actively go looking for this stuff.
It was 41 pages. People aren't going to go through 41 pages.
That's all I saw. But you know what? I mean, I was actively looking for it.
I was too.
Right.
I was trying to figure out what the hell the money was going.
No, it doesn't. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and pat myself on the back and say, good job, Mike. No. Yeah. I'm trying to distribute this because I know there are people that aren't going to go looking for it. So what do? Sorry, I don't post my shit on Griswold Now. I just don't. But if everybody goes to Griswold Now, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, folks, that the information is out there. It is out there and it is ready for you. But if you wait for it to come to your front door to tell you about it, that's not how it works. And I think that's why I use the word, I throw the word apathy around. Look, I love this town. I love the people in this town. But you know what? We have to start taking charge of what we do instead of just watching it pass us by and then complain it didn't happen. Hashtag tell me I'm wrong.
Well, maybe for the future budget, maybe both boards would have a summary page and have it published somewhere else. Maybe they need to just move it around a couple more places so people can get at it. I don't know.
Yeah,
because somebody asked me, I'm going to go vote, but what's the budget like? They didn't have any freaking clue.
You don't need social media to go to the town's website and look it up. You don't.
No.
I mean, there's no gray area with that.
Yeah.
It's people go, well, I didn't see it. Well, it's because you didn't look.
Yeah. But even if there were
walk outside, you get hit by a car. Why? Oh, that car, it's wrong. What? You didn't look. You didn't look for it.
Yeah. But there's other ways that who people don't have social media. If you had a summary page, you could have popped a bunch of pamphlets in the restaurants so people could have picked them up and they could have read it. Because a lot of people are not into social media and they don't have social media accounts. They don't go to the web pages, but if the paper was there, they would have picked it up. I realize it's old fashioned, but I don't know.
We talk about living in a woke society. We're woke. We're familiar. We know what's going on. I think this woke society need to wake up because it's passing us on both sides.
Sure it is. We know that.
Folks, the stuff is out there. Victoria, you're you as always spot on. Go to the town hall; they have copies.
That's what I meant. Okay, copies,
right?
Fine. Yeah.
You know damn well that if the seniors wanted to know, they would bring it to them.
Yes, I'm sure.
You know that Tina or Lisa or Joanne, they would get in that van. They go, here you go, because that's how much they care about the seniors. They love the seniors in this town. They would make sure. Oh, do you want? They'll even say, you want a sandwich? I'll bring you a sandwich too.
Yeah.
They will bring them. All you got to do is say, "Can? Is there any way you can bring me a copy?" And if they can't, they'll mail it to them. Because guess what? They get mail, not email.
Yeah.
But something that's in their mailbox.
Yeah.
The thing is that we can't rely on Facebook. You can't rely on Facebook, and people do, and this is why we have these fights and these disagreements. And I don't mean me and you. I mean just as a society and as a whole. What do you think happened 30 years ago? People went down to town hall.
Oh, yeah.
They put in the effort just to go in and say, okay, I want to look at this.
I think people 30 or 40 years ago, even back in the turn of the century, were more interested in what was going on in town.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at some of the old historical books where they show pictures of some of the events that happened in town, you know, many, many years ago.
Yeah.
People walking all over, everywhere, people walking around, participating in everything.
Yeah.
Not now. Because
And why?
People are too busy now.
Doing what?
Doing their own thing.
I hate to say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you know, even in our own house, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like there's an internal battle going on. Like, why can't the kids help out? Why can't they do anything? Why can't they? Are they crippled? No, they're not crippled. They're adults and they can do this.
Yeah.
One says, I don't have time. So I'm sitting down with Melissa yesterday just before dinner, right? And they said, hey, somebody go get so-and-so. I said, oh, no, you can't. They're not ready for dinner. They don't have enough time. They were sleeping middle of the afternoon. But they don't have time.
Wow.
I'm busy. It's an excuse.
That's
You imagine your great-grandfather telling you that? He'd slap your ass upside the head.
can't do that now.
No. It's crazy.
No.
Rich Wassler, good morning. I hope you're feeling better, dude. I know it's you're going through a tough time with your back right now. It sucks. He goes, I have found woke society is based on what people personally feel and not necessarily what is reality. You have to take care of yourself and work to get what you want. She goes for finding information that you need. You have to go for that. Hasn't changed in life. You have to go get what you want.
Yep.
If you want that information, go get it.
I mean, if people
don't wait for it to come to you,
if people,
because it won't happen.
well, let's think about this. If people want to learn how to do something, right? They go look it up on YouTube so they can find out how to
or anywhere,
right?
or they go to the library,
Right.
God forbid,
But
and get a book.
when it comes down to this town stuff, the excuse is I don't know where to find it. I mean, if you can go find stuff to go repair something and tell you how to do it, you can sure find out what all the town stuff is all about. What the hell's the difference? You can still find it,
It's there.
but they're not interested.
The information is there.
Nobody cares. Don't impact me. Let somebody else.
But when it does impact them, that's when it's like, oh, I didn't see it.
Well, this is
And you know what? That's probably true.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's true. Because
This
you
is
didn't
what's
look for it.
This is what's going to happen. Come July, you're going to get a tax bill. People are going to see their taxes go up if they do. I mean, I don't know what the impact's going to be. And you're going to find a bunch of individuals bitching because their taxes went up so much dollars, and they're going to want to go down to the town hall and appeal it why their taxes went up. That's what's going to happen.
You know, I would say check Grizzle down, see if they know.
But where they could have went, looked at the budget, made a decision. If they didn't like it, they didn't have to vote. They would have voted against it, but they didn't. Let somebody else do it.
We even post stuff. We post stuff all the time. Like, for example, and I really go on Grizzled now for a comedy trip. I really do, because I saw somebody, I think 2 days ago, said, "Oh, I didn't know there was a referendum. Oh, what's this question about? Derp. What do we do?" I posted the link. Yeah, I posted this back on May 28th, and then again on June 1st. It was the sample ballot.
Yeah. Wonder how many people read it.
If you like chocolate ice cream, quit buying vanilla.
Yeah, true.
Because really, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Because we all like sensationalistic stuff.
Yep.
You know what? Going to SNSN News or WFSB or the Norwich Bulletin or the New London Day, that's boring. Why would I want to go there when I can get some kind of story about some guy with a cap walking up and down with a briefcase down my road that I've never seen before? Better call the cops. That's sexy. That's what people react to. And you know when I say react to, don't listen to me. Look at the amount of comments.
Oh, yeah.
And then go look at some information and look at the amount of comments. Zippo.
Yeah.
Because people aren't looking for it. They're looking for the Jerry Springer.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. Because if somebody makes a comment, then somebody's going to come back and pitch it to making that comment, and it's going to go on and on and on and on.
I am glad that at least when it comes to like gun issues,
Yeah.
that the people they care about that, and they do. They show up in droves when it comes to some sort of gun issue or whatever, gun sales or and it's I loved it. I right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever your opinion is. I was at the middle school auditorium during some of those meetings,
Yeah.
and the place was full.
Oh, yeah.
The place was full with people, and it was great. Back when they were talking about the things to do with the high school and the masks, right?
Yeah.
The place was packed. Whether you liked it or you didn't, people were out in droves to display what their opinions were. So that right there tells me that people know where to get the information. The Board of Education put out a thing about the mask wearing. Let's talk about it. 300 people showed up at the middle school cafeteria.
Yeah.
Don't tell me they didn't. These people, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
They did.
It comes down to,
what do you want? What do you don't want?
Does it affect me? If it doesn't affect me, I don't care.
Right.
That's basically what it comes down to. And
the town says, all right, here's our budget. Let's talk about it.
yeah, I wonder if we put a question on the referendum, we're going to close down all the businesses in town. I'm just trying to use some stupid thing. How many people would go to the question and answer it yes or no? Would people go out? Just something stupid.
Yeah.
Would they come out and go to referendum? Maybe we should have said, oh, the budget's going to go up 75% increase. I wonder how many people would have showed up.
A lot. And all of a sudden, they know where to get the information.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
All of a sudden.
That's the point I'm making.
Richard Waldron. Good morning, Richard. By the way, Richard, now that I got you, what's the best way to get in touch with you? Send me a message because I want to ask you a couple of questions. Actually, I was thinking about you the other day, and if you can send me a like on Facebook or whatever, that way, the best way to get in touch with you. But anyway, he goes, sad to say, I think the majority of people, and I think there's some truth to this, only care about taxes going up. to be honest, if my taxes stay the same, I really don't care about anything else in the budget.
Yeah, but they didn't stay the same. They went up.
Huh?
They went up a little bit.
No, but
Yeah,
his point
is that it doesn't impact me. Why would I?
Right. But then again, if the bottom line is the same, that doesn't mean that things weren't cut and things went up.
Right.
Those are things that could impact you.
Yeah.
But we don't know. But I think he's right. If that number at the bottom line says 0,
right,
let's vote yes.
But what if one of those line items was we're going to cut the snow plowing budget by $500,000,
Mm-hmm.
but the bottom line still 0.
Right.
What happens come wintertime? You ain't getting your road plowed. Then they're going to say,
But the budget was flat.
Then what they're going to say? What the hell's going on here? Why am my road getting plowed? Well, we cut that from the budget.
Yeah.
It's a, what?
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Victoria, it's a big deal in Sterling, just so you know. In 5 years of being on planning and zoning, we have had probably 20 people from the town actually show up.
There you go. Well, that's a real small. Isn't that a real small town?
Yeah.
Sterling.
Sterling
It's
is.
not. Yeah, it's real small. It is very rural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bigger than the Twin Cities of Attawagan and Belleville.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly farm country, I would think, too. Sterling. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know of a couple of farms out there.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. But if there was a giant increase in their budget, they would certainly have people come up.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we've talked pretty much about she goes Sterling and Oniko. Or Oneco.
Oh.
There are people that still say, "Oh, what's that town? Oneco?" Oneco?
Yeah.
It's like, is it Versailles or is it Versailles? Baltic. Occam.
Yeah.
You know what they say in Occam? Occam. I said F-O. I didn't say. So before you all get all uptight over there.
Yeah. Well, that's a borough. I don't know what you want to call it. Norwich, right?
No, it's its own town.
Occam?
Occam, Baltic. It's its own town.
I thought Occam.
Sprague?
Sprague's a town.
Yeah.
But I thought Occam.
I think Baltic is actually a part of Sprague.
Yeah, I thought Occam was part of Norwich.
It's a borough. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dave Kidney Stone Polino said, there's a story about that. I've owned my house in Hamden for 20 years. The taxes have gone up every single year, and our mill rate goes up every couple of years as well. We are well over 50 on the mill rate.
That's up there.
Well, guess what? Hamden has a police force.
They were supposed to drop their mill rate, though.
Waterbury has a police force.
I thought the mill rates were going to. I remember the governor changed. They couldn't do a certain mill rate over a certain amount of money. I think it went down to 45.
But still, compared to 28,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
See, this is the funny thing, and you got to look at it this way. I think we'll put it this. This is how I look at it. Doesn't mean you have to look at it this way. But I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, well, we don't have a police force here. We could, but look at all the towns that have a police force. Look at their mill rate.
Oh, yeah, it's going to cost you.
Look at Norwich.
Nothing's for free.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at Norwich. Look at Ledyard. Look at Montville.
Yeah.
Look at Waterbury. Look at New Haven.
Yeah.
Bridgeport.
What would be the first thing they would?
Danbury. Hartford.
Yeah, but what would be the first thing they would cut because of the expense? Police force.
Yeah.
That'd be the first thing. Yeah.
All right. Cindy says a Prague is in the town that has 3 villages, but what she means is Sprague. But she's talking Czechoslovakia all of a sudden. Sprague is the town and has 3 villages: Baltic, Versailles,
Versailles,
or Versailles,
Yep.
or Hanover.
There you go.
I know you meant Sprague. Cindy.
Yeah. So I think Occam is part of Norwich.
Occam has its own zip code.
So what? That doesn't mean anything. Just because I have its own zip code.
Yeah. So, Cindy, I'm going to call you out. Did you vote in the referendum yesterday?
None of your business.
I already know the answer. Doesn't matter. You know why? Because you're not bitching.
But we talk about the budget.
That's the point.
We're talking about the budget.
But she did. She goes, sure did.
Yeah. But we're talking about the budget questions, but there was a third question.
Oh, I know. We haven't gotten to that yet. Oh, this is a multifaceted radio show today. Kathy says Occam is a part of Norwich.
That's it, I told you.
Yeah, you're right. You still have zip code. And Cindy also says, yes, Paul.
Yeah.
There is a Santa Claus.
There you go.
All right. Question number 3. This is the fun one.
Oh,
all right.
that's two.
Here. This is the fun one. And, hold on. I'm gonna bring this up because I think it's important.
Yeah.
Let me find it here. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-ay. Oh, there was a referendum yesterday.
Yeah.
Budgets were passed on that day.
Do you have the ballot?
You can get things at town hall, but not a blunt today because the marijuana did.
Do you have the ballot?
I'm getting it. I'm trying to find it, which is on my own thing here. I just have to scroll back a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Because unlike you, Paul, I look for stuff. Yeah, it's down deep. Ah, there it is. All right, so now, hey, good to see you.
Yep.
Somebody, let's go to.
Yeah.
I want to put this up here. One of the things that how we do Scott Fryer air fryer here. Well, on my TikTok show, we started doing a different one. Is it Amber Heard or Amber's Turd? Let's see.
Man,
hold on. Jesus, Paul. All right, here it is. Ready? All right. This is the sample ballot. Question 1 was about the town referendum. I mean the education budget.
Yep.
Question number 2 was the town budget.
Yep.
Question number 3.
Read the question.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Shall the town of Griswold and borough of Jewett City prohibit recreational marijuana businesses within the town of Griswold and the borough of Jewett City? Shall the town of Griswold and borough prohibit recreational marijuana?
Yeah.
If you ask me, and I understand the town's attorney went ahead and wrote the question by design. I'm sorry, but that is my opinion.
Yes. Question.
Nothing personal, kids, but by design. I think that was by design.
Yeah. The question could have been a lot more simple.
Yeah.
Do you want
exactly
in the town?
Do you want marijuana businesses in the borough or the town? Yes or no? That's it.
If you look at that question and you don't read it thoroughly through and understand what that question says, you immediately would answer it incorrectly.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's, I believe, was the intention. Mm-hmm. It was close. It was a close vote. It was a matter of what?
It was like 10 votes.
10 votes.
Hold on, I can tell you.
Yeah, it wasn't very much at all. Not that I care one way or the other, but I think the question was misleading.
I do too, but we're allowed to our opinion.
Yeah. I don't know what anybody else thinks if they vote, how they felt. Maybe they don't want it. And that's fine too. It doesn't bother me.
Well, let's see. Hold on here. Hi, you're on SNSN. Good morning. Who's this? Don't call if you're not going to talk.
Mistake.
They wanted to tell me about my car's extended warranty. I have the exact number here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It was a very small number between the two.
Yeah. You think I'd be a little more organized on this right here and have this more at 208 to 197, 11 votes.
Yeah. And that 11 votes could have been misled by the way the question was asked.
Yeah.
We don't know that, but it's possible. It's possible.
Yep.
I mean, always never make things easy.
Cindy, I agree with you. It's a terribly worded question because almost everyone would expect it to say allow versus prohibit.
Right. Exactly. But it was written by a lawyer, so what do you expect?
Dave Polino says, does the town prohibit the sale of recreational alcohol? Okay.
Yeah.
Kathy, based on some Facebook posts, a few said they misread the question and voted incorrectly on that question.
Absolutely.
Shayna Blunt, the illest, said, why so wordy?
Exactly.
Didn't need to be that way.
No.
And that's why I said I feel personally that was by design. Yeah. Then I heard it was the town's attorney who wrote the question. Yeah.
Why?
So that makes it what? Right?
But why would the town attorney write a letter based a simple question? Yes or no question. Why would a town attorney write the question? Does that make sense to you? Did he write the budget questions too? What were the budget questions? Do you want to pass this budget?
Shall the town of Griswold appropriate the sum of blah, blah, blah?
Right.
Yes or no?
Yes or no? So did the lawyer write that one too? Or should the town prohibit the passing of the law? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell?
Shayna says, definitely by design, Mike. Clearly, the attorney was stoned when and he got all of his stuff in Webster, Mass. So,
I mean, if they feel that the town is not going if they feel that the town is not going to, they're not going to buy marijuana around here, they're crazy.
They're just going to get it somewhere else.
You're going to go to Norwich. You're going to go other places outside of town to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't going away.
It's not going away.
It's not going away.
I mean, we all know that there are some dangers of children and things like that you have to be careful with selling this kind of stuff.
Now, Victoria does say so to the town's point, or at least her town, but I believe this probably to be true. She goes, the questions are always written / approved by the town attorney.
Really? Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and this goes into let's blame the selectmen. No. You see what I mean? We're very quick to say blame them, when really it's not.
Yeah.
Dana Bennett put up there very clearly in one of the answers to her question, said the town's attorney wrote the question. Simple as that.
But why did he make it simple?
I don't know. You have to ask the attorney. But we can't blame our board of selectmen.
No, we can't blame them. I'm not saying we're
but
blaming
people do.
Yeah. But if he wrote all three questions, why all three of them weren't written the same way?
Huh? I don't know. Shana goes, you're going to have to put more gas in your car to go get it.
That's going to cost you more. It's going to cost you more.
Shane is a hoot. She's the illest.
That's true. More gas.
I think we blame the first person that comes to our mind. We associate the town of Griswold and it's government with the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah.
We associate the borough government with the Board of Warden and Burgesses. It must be their fault.
Yeah.
It must be their fault. But in essence, they sent it to the attorney. Here it is.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the attorney.
I don't agree the way the attorney wrote the thing.
Exactly.
If you can write the other two very simple with a yes and no answer, then the third question should have been the same way with the yes and no answer, because you would have got the same results. If people didn't want it, they would have said the appropriate yes or no. But when they do the prohibit, you're kind of like putting a little swag in there so people would misunderstand it and write it incorrect. Because yes and no on the first two, right?
Yeah.
What's the second one? No.
Yeah. Yes meant no in this scenario.
Correct.
So Kevin Cunningham, first selectman in Plainfield, says, he blames me. Thanks, Kev.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Cindy says, doesn't make much sense to have two quote unquote affirmatively worded questions and then a prohibitive one.
Exactly.
Make them all the same if you want accuracy.
Correct. It was done intentionally.
Oh, Kevin, you're funny.
Mm-hmm.
The state mandates a lot of what towns can control, can and cannot do. They were actually sample questions sent by the state to the towns. But this sample question was the one that was actually on the ballot. So my point is that we and this really goes, this is kind of blankets our whole discussion today. Mm-hmm. We as a whole, as a community, I think we are very, very quick to blame people that have nothing to do with anything. Yet we do it because that's what we associate first, right?
Yep.
I think we need to look deeper, into things. Take instead of 3 seconds, take 25 seconds. And just say, okay, hold up, let me see about this. Oh, I know there's information available on this referendum. Let me look it up. I think that if we had more people looking this stuff up, we'd have more than 5.2% of the voting public here in Griswold and Jewett City out in the polls. The problem doesn't lie with the town on that. I don't think. It's out there. We post it. Other forms of media post it. If you do not look for it, you're not going to find it.
No, you're not.
How many times have you found an Easter egg rotting somewhere on a windowsill because nobody found it?
Yeah.
About a week later.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells. Oh, Johnny didn't get this one.
Yeah, that's true.
Good morning, Terry. It's good to see you yesterday. You look wonderful, by the way. He goes, perhaps the reason it was worded that way was because since the new law automatically allows them to sell this, the question was if we wanted to prohibit them, not if we wanted them to sell it.
Yeah, that's possible. But again, a yes, and a no didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And you know as well as I do, a lot of people did not read that correctly because of yes,
yeah,
and then expected a no.
Correct.
That's exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I think it would have passed. Mm-hmm.
As for the budget, the ones that make the decision as to what comes to taxpayers, it's the Board of Finance, not the selectmen, which
Correct.
is true.
That is true.
Which is true.
Yeah.
All right, Court, here we go. For your information, the ballot question was written this way because of how the statute is written. Each town has several options. 1, do nothing, and it is treated as any other similar business. 2, establish zoning regulations to set parameters for such businesses. 3, prohibit the establishment of such businesses through zoning our town went with a temporary moratorium to weigh the information and hold meetings. It was decided to add it as a ballot question to get as many townspeople involved in the, I'm going to think he said decision there, DE. So again, I'm doing a lot of pointing fingers and stuff like that. It's just we need to know what to do. I don't think we as a society, or as a town, know where to go get information, how to go ahead and actually, get together and talk about these issues. There's no reason why this can't happen at a Board of Selectmen meeting, at a borough meeting. These folks are not going to go ahead and say, nope, not going to talk about it. They are going to talk about it. As much as they say that they work for the resident, they do.
Yeah.
They do. And I don't care what party that you subscribe to. I've seen it with the Republicans and I've seen it with the Democrats. Court Kinney earlier said, people don't think that their vote, in his opinion, he doesn't think that your vote counts. So not true. Ask Kevin Skulchak that about 6 years ago when he defeated Phil Anthony. Thank God. But, it was by one vote. And then they did the recount and he won by 2. So just to let you know, your vote does matter more than anything.
Yeah, I think in town elections, your vote does matter.
Huh?
I don't always agree in a presidential one that your vote counts because
decision was the last word.
Yeah.
So you can go back and we can all read all these comments and stuff like that. I think my main message putting out there today is look for information. We've talked about this how many times, Paul, since we're blue in the face. It's going to, we've teased, or I've teased where I could, I'll say, okay, I'm going to knock on the door. Click, 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 click. Hi, I'm Mike with your Griswold News Update. Okay, thank you. Go to the next door. Hi, this is Mike with your Griswold News Update.
Well,
and that's what happens if you don't want to find it and you want it to come to yourself. It's kind of what it's like.
Well, hopefully, the powers to be will realize that all people don't go after everything, and the next time there's something that comes up, they make things a little bit different. Put it in some additional places or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked to seen and come to the budget. I would have liked to seen a summary page of what the total expenditures were. That's what I would like to see. But I didn't see it. There were 41 pages. I couldn't understand it, but what could I say? Maybe they should have explained what the referendum was about. Maybe they should have said the first couple questions are going to be related to the budget. The third question will be whether you want yes or prohibit or whatever. Maybe they should have explained it a little better when the ballot question came out.
That's okay, but would people have listened?
Maybe not, but at least it would have, who knows?
Cindy brings up an interesting point. She goes, interesting that the budget numbers are called out in bold, but the word prohibit isn't.
There you go.
And Shayna, the illest, don't forget it, says, I wish the show was 2 hours long, Mike and Paul. Paul's going to get home, take his Geritol and his nap. So
that's true.
Paul is probably the most lively 78-year-old man you'd ever want to meet. So, who refuses to go to the senior center because he's not a senior, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got about 20 cats at home, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
So, very interesting. Very, very interesting, I think, right there as far as the referendum. We can get into the psychology of it.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that it's like anything. I think people have to, including myself and everybody, have to train ourselves of where to get the information. We've got to stop waiting for it to come to us because it's not going to. This is not like turning on the TV, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's a one of my favorite newsmen of all time, Kevin Hogan, right on the TV, Kevin's going to talk about, or any news person, they're going to talk about what they're talking about. But there may be things that you want to know about that was not in that news report that day. So what do? You got to go looking for it.
Yeah.
Just like, people looking for the oil price.
Yeah.
You got to go looking for these things. Oh, Melissa Furman. Wow, I haven't heard from you in a while. She goes, Laura. Talking to Laura. Depends on where you live and what you're after. In Georgia, where I live, but she's from Plainfield. You can get them here in Connecticut. Get what? Anyway, here in Connecticut is another matter entirely. I got a 30 horsepower Tohatsu prop, which I have no idea, with no weight. Jet outboards have a 2 to 3 month wait. Our local Bass Pro has 50 plus horsepower. Oh, these are engines. Depending depending how badly you want having connection in other states, it might be helpful.
Yeah, I think you find that we have a lot of hard time getting used cars, but some of your bigger states, I mean, they got cars up to yin yang. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it all depends, I guess, where you live, what's available to you.
Yeah.
So yeah. The one thing you don't want to do is have stuff break down on you, because I know people that are waiting for dishwashers, waiting for a dishwasher to come in, waiting for months.
Yeah.
Not expected to come in until late August and September, ordered, 4 or 5 months ago. So, it's everything, and it's going to get worse because, they're not going to, delivery trucks for now are not. Before, when fuel was down cheap, if you had a delivery, it wouldn't be bad to do one at a time, cheap. Now they're going to wait till they fill up. If I'm going to make a load, it's going to be a full load, and I'm going to deliver it a full load. So you're going to wait. The rest of the stuff comes in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen, and why everything is taking so long to come in.
I still think the funniest meme I've seen really in the last few months was a gas-powered generator charging a Tesla.
Yeah, you can do it.
I know.
I have a battery-operated system that I can plug it into a Tesla and get 40 miles.
It's just irony.
No, there is. I can plug it in and get 40 miles out of it.
Yeah.
If I had a Tesla, which I don't.
See, I have a friend that has a
But
Tesla.
talking about power, guess what else is going to go up? We're not even thinking about this. You think electricity is going to go up? It's going to go up.
Oh, yeah, I know.
How are they generating it?
Yeah.
So guess what? It's going to go up. Now, I realize that a lot of places have contracts right at the moment. They get a contract for supply. Those contracts are going to run out. And guess what? Prices are going up. Even our own, unfortunately, I would think to say our own JC may possibly go up.
It's going to be, it'll
coming
everywhere. Yeah.
It's coming.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining in this morning and participating. Sometimes they can get a little riled up, but, I just, the bottom line is I want everybody to be informed. Not by, I don't want anybody to patronize my school of thought. I just want everybody to know where to get information, how to get it. And don't say that it's not there, because it is. We've been talking about that for years now, how information is there, but we just need to know where to get it. Even if you want to send me a message and say, hey, Mike, I don't know where to get this. I'll tell you, and if I don't know the answer, I'll find out for you. But I think it's important that we're all educated to know where to get little bits of information that we need, whether it's about taxes, whether it's about the school budget, whether it's about, who knows, something, tied with the town, what's going on with Parks and Rec or whatever. Because to me, the whole goal is to come together as a society and to make this town, which I've been here since I was 4, to be a better place. And I do that with a big mouth.
Not saying a word.
Sometimes your mouth is bigger, though, Paul. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for showing up today. I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with, we think, Rich. No, not Rich, because he's got to work. So anybody want to co-host tomorrow? Let me know. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
The Burns Agency knows your insurance needs can change with almost